It's a rubbish prompt. Here's the path that will actually work. So this is the magic of using projects. So it means even if you are not really good at writing prompts, if you set up the infrastructure to have these project instructions, you can have great prompts. Here's the blunt truth. The way you react, the advice you give, the way you talk to people changes based on context. You're going to talk to your teenager differently than your best friend when they want some relationship advice, right? Dave, the F1 fan, is going to have different things and thoughts and opinions and priorities than Dave, the day trader, or Dave, the AI coach. Depending who you are and what you're doing and where you are, the way you're going to treat different situations is contextual. The problem with ChatGPT, if you've set up your custom instructions, which is great, and if you don't know how to do that, check out that video there. But if you've set up your custom instructions, you've told it just sort of generically, this is who I am all the time, and that's great because that's mostly true. But what about when you have specific projects, specific tasks, different areas you want advice for, maybe business and personal, maybe you want to plan a holiday here, but you also want advice on how to deal with a particular client engagement here or something else going on. That is where project folders come in, which we're going to talk to you about today and help you get the most out of using projects in ChatGPT. So here we are in ChatGPT and we've set up our custom instructions. That's great. But now we want to set up some defined projects to do different things. For example, maybe I want to start a YouTube channel, and if we go with Phil, the accountant who we worked with last time in the personalization video, we're going to come in here and say, I want to start a YouTube channel, create a project folder for me. No, you can't create the folder. Give me a prompt for custom instructions for a ChatGPT project to help me plan and deliver the best accounting YouTube videos. Advise me like Hormozy would. All right, so this is now, we're going to see what that puts out. Here's a blunt, high-leverage prompt you can paste into a ChatGPT project. It's written to force the model to think like an operator, not a cheerleader. Here we go. Custom instruction prompt for accounting YouTube channel. There it is. Now, as you might know, if you've seen my other videos, I like getting these in a markdown format. So output as markdown in a code block. Could have put that in the first prompt. I just forgot. Brilliant. So now it's going to give it to me in this lovely markdown format, which LLMs really love to read markdown. So whenever you're trying to set up specific prompts and custom instructions, markdown is a good way of doing it. So we can copy that code. Now on the left here in ChatGPT, we can say projects, and we can call this YouTube planning, for example. And you can pick an icon, pick a color. They don't have a lot of icons. It's not real fun there. But we'll create that project. And here in these three little dots, here we can add instructions. So now we can ask the specific questions, and it knows all about being a YouTube advisor. So before we do that, let's just make a new chat. I want to make a YouTube video about lodging tax returns. What does this say? Just to compare. All right. So very basic. Hook, what lodging a tax covers, how to calculate actual filing. All right, so it's not bad out of the box. What happens if I take the same prompt and stick it in our new YouTube planning project folder? Because now it's being fed all those project instructions. Here's the blunt truth. Lodging tax returns is a boring phrase that will not pull views unless you frame it around pain, penalties, audits, or money saved. You need to sell the stakes, not the form. Here's the path that will actually work. So this is the magic of using projects. It's exactly the same prompt. It's a rubbish prompt. It's one short sentence that gives the LLM almost nothing to work with, which is why when we did it down here, we got very generic advice. Yep, here's what you could do. Here's a hook. Here's what it covers. Whereas we've said, think about it like Alex Hormozy. And so now when we come into this one, it's really being very direct and telling you, if you want this to cut through, this is how to do it. Lodging tax returns is a boring phrase that will not pull views. So using projects is a way to level up, and means every time I want to do a YouTube video, I don't have to go, think about being Alex Hormozy and do this and do that and do something else and think about all these things every single time I want to plan my next YouTube video as Phil the Mythical Accountant, because every time I go into that project folder and every time I ask it a question, it's going through these instructions. You are my strategic and tactical partner for building a dominant accounting YouTube channel. Your job is to help me plan, script, structure, optimize and improve every piece of content with one goal: produce videos that viewers watch to the end, share, and trust enough to subscribe. Operate like an analyst who thinks in first principles. So this is being really clear. So even a rubbish little one-line prompt like, I want to make a YouTube video about lodging tax returns, now gets all of this extra stuff seeded in. And every single prompt you put in this YouTube planning folder project will get those instructions baked in automatically for every single prompt. So it means even if you are not really good at writing prompts, if you set up the infrastructure to have these project instructions, you can have great prompts every single time. This has been one of the keys to my success with ChatGPT. Before I even found the personalization instructions, I was using project folders for all my different goals and tasks. And it was really helping level up my prompts. Even if I wasn't the best prompt engineer, even if I was being a bit lazy with my prompt writing, I was still getting above average results because I'd done the work on putting in those project instructions. So if you haven't tried project instructions, give it a go. And again, I always say, get ChatGPT to write the prompts for you. I call it prompt inception, getting ChatGPT to write the prompts. And you can make them as long or as short as you like. But then at the end of it, you just tell ChatGPT to write that prompt. Now, if this all sounds great, but you're still struggling with it and you want to talk around how you can get some more one-on-one personalized support for that, I'm here to help you out. You can book a free 15-minute call on my site, validagenda.com. That's there. Links will be down the bottom in the description, of course. And for free insights, tips, updates into what's happening in the world of AI, I also have my free Substack community, Keep Moving Forward. You can subscribe to that 100% for free, where I'm regularly posting insights and tips and ways to use AI in better ways. Maybe I should get ChatGPT to fully write these scripts out rather than just ad-libbing it, but that's not the way I roll. So thanks for joining me. Hopefully you got something out of that. And how do you feel about projects now? If this has changed the way you operate, please make sure, drop a comment down at the bottom and let us know your experience before and after using projects. And if you haven't done your custom instructions yet for your personalization, make sure to check out this video up here, and we'll see you on the next one.